Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the latest edition of the weekly report, 10th of November 2014. And as we're talking about finance, trading does involve risk of loss, may not be suitable for you. All advice is of a general nature only and must not be construed as personal advice. Are the key terms there. Great. All right, let's move straight into the charts, and pretty solid week last week. Let's start first with covered calls, and let's bring up BHP in particular. Now let's go on the daily 1 year. Had quite a solid start in trade today. It's hit a 1 month high. A little bit of bouncing iron ore, but still hanging around at 75, 76 US a ton, although helped along by the dropping Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar hit 85s last week, back above 86, I think 86.4 is what I saw just before. Okay, so just reporting on what happened last week, which was really just the first week of the month of November. BHP, so going up, that's nice. Existing holders are in a better position. Those that just entered on the 30th, which is on this day here, they're up by about 2%, and we were triggered on these 35.50 sold December call options this morning. So traders there picking up 60 cents, or about an extra roughly 1.8% yield from selling those cover calls, and still protected at let me just adjust that chart so you can see all the numbers. That's probably a bit better. And protected at 33.50. So BHP finally maybe turning the corner. Still early days yet. Last week, NAB holders picked up their dividend, so that's why we've had this gap down from this 34 mark to around this 33.20. It was a 99-cent dividend. Stock's come off a little bit more since then, but traders still nicely ahead by locking in that dividend, and we still have the call sold at $34 for December. So a bit of a run up there, and onto our profit target, which I think we're looking for about, it was about 7.5% there. At this stage, sitting at around that 3.5% gain, and it's moving in the right direction. The main one stock that just for our cover callers isn't playing game is Santos. Look, it is trying to rally, as you can see there, maybe forming a bit of a double low, double bottom here, but can't quite push beyond this resistance at about $13. About 10 cents off that at the moment. Might just be around the corner, and just really the main story there, or the main issue pushing it down or holding it down, is crude prices, which have obviously fallen away. But if you filled up your car over the last couple of days, you would have at least got the benefit of all that. Origin was a trade that we did enter into last week, and we entered quite nicely at the bottom of this day. I think we by and large entered around 14.05, 14.10, and picking up quite near the bottom there, and we're up about 1.8% there as of close on Friday. So a nice move there that has a lot of upside. We've got the call sold at 14.76, which is about there. 76, yep. So it is a March call option, but we do have a early profit target there of around that 4 to 5%. So if we do see a nice run up over the next coming days and weeks, we could even lock that in at an early stage. So that's AMP. We've covered that one. So that's where we're at the moment. NAB, the better performer of our covered calls. Now let's move over to spreads. The spreads was quite a busy week last week. We hit a profit target on QBE. Let's bring up QBE, and that was hit on the 6th, and that was a 50% return. So level 2 traders there locking in $528 gross minimum. If you got in a little bit lower than the initial entry price, that would have improved as well. So that was the 10.75. So we bought this leg and sold the 11.75 up here. And look, the position, even if you're holding it right now, is at about the same profit level. And it's just because this resistance that it's hit this wall around that 11.65 mark, hasn't been able to push much further up from there. So just a little bit of risk of it going south from here. That's why we did close it out early rather than wanting to continue to hold it. Nevertheless, a nice profit to lock away there as well. Now we've got Brambles. Brambles is within a couple of cents of our profit target. That's up 51%, or it's about 50% at the moment. We're wanting to take profits at 51%, which equates to a $600 gross profit on level 2. Movement like this, not too concerned, because as long as it's above 9.51 come November expiry, then we should be able to lock in at profit. So we've got the orders sitting there out there in the market at the moment. As I said, just probably a couple cents off being triggered there. So watch that closely. If it starts to run away either direction, we'll let you know. And if we have to lock in 45%, that's still respectable. Okay, the only negative trade we have on the spreads is Wesfarmers. It's been well, we've bought the 33.90s and we sold the we bought the 43.90s. We sold the 42.40s. Okay, so it's bouncing around those levels last week, but since gone up a little bit more. A little bit of a sell-off today. You look at some of the defensives, particularly Woolworths, you can see after they reported it was quite a drop away, saying that we'll exactly get the same thing here with Wesfarmers. But we've got our break even on the trade at about 43.30, so around here. A couple of weeks to go. It's still possible indeed. Just need to see what happens, particularly if they report and it doesn't meet market expectations. Okay, great trade that we entered on Thursday was Iluka. Really picked the bottom of this one, buying around, go on the intraday 5 days. Picked it up around this under 688 on Thursday afternoon by and large, and you can see it's rallied up strongly there. After 2 days we're already up 74%. That's 340 on level 2. This is a fairly low cost trade because it's a bit more speculative, but we've got a profit target on that. I think it's 58 points, which is a profit of $700 and a return of 150% on your risk there. So get in there, but probably need to see it move up towards about $7.50, which on the rate it's moving could hit there tomorrow. And last trade to cover today is CSL, which we entered Friday afternoon. It was a Friday afternoon special, just in the last 3 hours there, and everyone responding fairly quickly there, so entered at around the $80.05 mark. There was one late coming right at the end of the day, but that enabled everyone to get in around that 97 cents mark. And with that, you can see this morning it just really gapped down. It's started to rally since then, but at one stage we're already up 40% off that trade just on the Friday. It's probably fallen back to around 30% gain. But two nice fast trades there, moving into some quick profits. So ideally, if we can lock in some of these through the week, then clients will get their cash back plus some, and we'll look out for some new opportunities out there. Right, I'll wrap it up there, ladies and gents. You know the number if you need to give us a call if you have any questions. Brandon's your man there, so feel free to give him a call, and I'm happy to address any questions that you may have. And I'll speak to you all again next week, this time. Thank you.